All right, breaking down Footlocker here. So still super bearish. Big gaps in price too every time earnings come out. But recently it has started to come up a bit and might be retesting this gap here a bit. It's pretty close. But you can see some bull structure setting up. You can see higher highs, higher lows. And if you look on a monthly here, you do have a bullish engulfing candle that just closed yesterday. So I do think it's going to keep heading up a little bit. So if we look at this, you can see price came up here and it retraced, hit its 618 perfectly, came up, made a new high. And then if we look at this segment here, we'll see that it actually has retraced to hit the 50% and then is most likely heading back up. So if we just flip our little extension tool here, I love Fibonacci. It just patterns repeat themselves over and over and over. So this is our next area, 127.2. So kind of right on target with this gap here. So it's probably where I'd be looking to shoot for. I mean, it's already completed its retracement. So I mean, as far as like a trade entry, it'd be something like this. Market's closed right now. It is nighttime, but it'll be open tomorrow. But even just something like this, keep your stop at the bottom of this swing here. Just target 24.32. I mean, it's right at the bottom of this gap is the 127. I mean, if we, just for round number sake, I think if we, yeah, I mean, we could shoot for 25, which is between the 127.2 and the 1.414. So I think that's be a pretty fair bet that it'll come up a little bit higher. So right at 25, that's what I would shoot for. You can see price respected $25 a few times here, so like here and here. So that's what I'd be shooting for. I think you're probably good to enter as of, well, not right now because market's closed, but tomorrow would be Thursday morning, and then yeah, just targeting that $25 mark. You got a over 1 to 2 risk to reward right now, even if you keep your stop below this swing low here. So it's very reasonable. I think oops, just want to see what we're kind of looking at for ranges. So on a weekly basis, I mean, it's already done $1.60, $1.65, usually moves $2.32. This thing says last week was $2, the week before was $2, week before was $1.82. So about $2.25 a week. So it's got a little bit more to go this week, and then possibly next week would fill the rest of this in. So we can drag this out here. So if we look, redo this, hang on. If we map this out here, so it'll take about 2 weeks to probably get up to $25 here. So keep our stop somewhere there. And then, I mean, you could really, like, if you wanted to be, I don't know, a little bit more or a little bit less conservative, you could cinch your stop right up to the bottom of yesterday's close, or sorry, yesterday's low, and you're probably good to go. So then you get it closer to almost a 1 to 4 risk to reward. So I'd probably take that just because you can see this is a nice liquidity grab right here, this big wick, and then it got heavily rejected. So it appears to want to go up. So I would keep my stop there. I think that's pretty reasonable. If we drop it down on these lower time frames too, you can see that, yeah, should be pretty good there. So, and then yeah, it'll take about 2 weeks. So basically we got 1 Thursday, 2 Thursday, kind of, mid-November. It's kind of what you're looking at. It'll probably take to get to $25, and then after that, I don't really know. I mean, it's still pretty bearish, so it's way below the moving average, and the financials don't look great. But I do think it's completing some bull structure here, so you got to just kind of go with it and target this $25 mark and the bottom of this gap here. So that is kind of what I see on Footlocker here. Let's see if there's anything else. No, man, it likes to gap huge on earnings though. It's like every earnings it just gaps, but then it usually does fill the gap. So, and this one did a couple gaps here and never filled. So I mean, there's a chance it actually comes up higher and tries to fill this gap. I mean, it's quite a bit, but, and that would actually be that'd be a little iffy because that'd be above the moving average. So I mean, I don't know if it's crossing over, but it did do it here too. So I mean, it's possible. And it was actually back in same time last year, October, November is when this crossed over and kind of stayed above it. So might actually do the same thing this year. We'll see. But yeah, I'd be shooting for $25, kind of in around 21, out at 25, stop at like 20. So that is my take on Footlocker. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.